What's happening? Views, opinions, fairly expressed. What's your take? This is what's happening.
Want to talk this shit about me while I'm here in this space because that gives you the relevance to say, oh yes, I told Nota, I confronted him or whatever. No, you're not telling Nota, you're not confronting Nota. Nota owns his own fucking time, bro. Nota 24 hours a day does what he wants. 24 hours a motherfucking day. Do you understand what that means? That means I wake up when...
Yeah, but I'm sure everybody want to hear Penwell speak as well. We want to hear his perspective. And then y'all can fight after.
No one wants to hear his perspective. That's not the point. We want to hear about Zok and Phenduka joins KayaFM. That's what we want to hear about.
And that was a clip from Twitter Space that was hosted by Musa, Khawula, and Nota was not taking any punches. He was so furious about this current topic. He stated clearly what his stance was in this topic. He went ahead to attack one of the co-speakers, Pennywell, including the co-host himself. What's happening? Phenduka and Dineo both joined KayaFM. And Dineo dumps Metro FM. Yes, you had that right. It's official, Phenduka joins KayaFM. But what does this say about podcast and chill? Will Sol be leaving podcast and chill? Is this the end of podcast and chill with Mag G? Or perhaps it's just the beginning? So I just got the news that Sol is joining KayaFM. And he himself, Sol, confirmed it on one of his tweets, saying, "Hello, Radio, my old friend." Perhaps the question that comes to anyone's mind, particularly one of a chiller, is that, will Sol be living podcast and chill? And the answer to this question is no. In a Twitter space that was hosted by Musa, Sol swiftly got in to clear the air and said, quote unquote, "I am not living podcast and chill." I heard him say that. I was one of the listeners. I joined in so that I could hear what was being said from the primary source. However, there seems to be some disagreements between Sol and Nota. Nota seems to be unhappy about Sol's avenue. He named Sol all sorts of names, amongst them calling him Judas. He went as far as saying, "They'll call you family and then stab you in the back for minimum payment. We can't build solid black businesses because dudes don't know how to play their roles. You can't have your cake and eat it, Sol. Mag G might as well fire him now to save himself and the chillers the trouble." Nota says that he told the managers at Kaya to make Sol an offer in the Twitter space where he was invited as a speaker. Like I said, I was listening to that. He said, and I wrote a few things he said. He said, "I told the managers at Kaya to make Sol an offer. Sol failed the test. Podcast and radio are competitors. So, how do you work for a competitor?" Nota even went ahead and saying Thabo Touch, Thabo Molefe, the current main host of Touchdown on Metro, he was working for free at Metro just to revive radio, or rather resurrect it, claiming that the radio is dead. He said, "Radio is dead. Even Thabo Touch worked for Metro for free." And then one of the speakers, I think it was Pennywell, came in to say, "You're making some serious accusations and allegations." And then Nota clarified it that it's not an accusation, it's a fact. Nota even went as far as saying Thabo Touch must produce his pay slips as a result of a salary he revives. What's your take on this? My take was simple. As a chiller, on one of the episodes that I was listening whereby a clairvoyant was called in, she said that there will be someone who will come in between Mag G and Sol to try and divide podcast and chill, the relationship between Mag G and Sol. And I hope that person is not KayaFM. This is a pretty good move from where I'm standing. I think Sol, this is his time, especially looking that he had some issues, some debt issues and addictions. I think it's time he maintains himself, and I hope Kaya is not using Sol to try and bash down podcast and chill. Anyway, what's your thought on this? It's your boy John. I'm out. What's happening? Views, opinions, fairly expressed. What's your take? This is what's happening.